Good evening, everybody. It seems like it's been forever since I've done a live. It's only been, I think, 8, 9 days. But the reason for tonight's live is I want to show everybody I got my new brand spanking new Apple Mac. Yeah, and do you know what? I didn't even open it. I'm going to open it in front of you all so you can all see it's brand spanking new. And that's, do you know what? That's been because, like, thank you so much, especially Leanne. But look, it's all, I've never had anything on new like this. It's always been, wow. Yeah. Um, Hang on, I'll open it in a minute. There we go. My brand spanking new Apple Mac. Do you know what? Like, thank you to everybody who donated in me because it humbles me. I mean, like, to know that people really do believe in what you're saying. It's just wow. So, like, I thank you so much to everybody, but especially Leanne. The only gutting thing is that I was planning to be at Brian's. I was even going to do a quick live from there because obviously I really don't know how to use this. But transport issues and everything, it wasn't kind of an option today. He will be joining me on the phone. So that people do know that we're still cool, and because I'm not going to lie as well, he's been the most fantastic mentor, yeah, that someone could have, and that's what he is. He's an actual mentor. um really amazing. Yeah, but I will say that the Mac come from people that said that they'd seen me on Brian's channel. So without him, this wouldn't be happening. And the fact that I know Brian believes in me and knows, we talk a lot. We talk a hell of a lot. And yeah, listen, I'm going to do some damage, mate. Let me tell you that now. I am going to do some damage. I have got ideas that are just, like, you have no idea. I'm not going to let anybody down. Everybody who had faith in me, watch the ride, because now I can actually do some serious, because you do get disheartened when when I can't do what I know I'm capable of being able to do. And it gets frustrating and it gets disheartening, but then how could anyone ever be disheartened because I've got my Apple Mac? Right, so you can also, it's brand spanking new. That's nuts for me. Normally I have, like, you buy stuff off to the shop with the oysters and all that coup. But to have it brand spanking new because people believe in you, wow. Wow. That's thing. But on the subject of Brian, before I do phone him, what I want, what really he needs to, he kind of, well, I want him to, and he knows it. He needs to take the police to court, or be held, because they've extended his um his bail again, and it's only police bail. It's not a court bail. It's for police bail. And will say that I think I'm quite qualified to talk. Like, I know how police work. Yeah. Now, number one, the way they turned up at his house, and what I will say is not very clear from the footage. Yeah, but Brian's got it all. There was a lot more police outside. It wasn't just the police that was in his gateway with the fire extinguisher, the angle grinder. Yeah, but it wasn't just them. There was police all down the road. Now, I've seen less police turn up at a drug raid, mate. Yeah. Now, bearing in mind, Brian has no criminal, like, he's not a criminal. He's got no violence to police. He's got no violence on his record. Yeah. he shouts, but that doesn't. And the bottom line is from when they're doing welfare checks on his mental health, yeah, 2-3 days previous, and they turn up at his house on a malicious communications, yeah, that don't warrant that. They never had a warrant to be able to get an angle grinder to come in here to cut his gate. They never had no warrant. And do you know what? The bottom line is it like it affects his, it does affect your mental health. Like he's been treated like he's some kind of murderer or something, and he's got previous for violence. Yeah, because there was a bag of feds there, and there is no way that was all of that was done legitly. Yeah, and now this is the third extension. Yeah, now when police apply for extensions, when it's police bail, he's not been charged. It's basically they bailed him to go back to the police. Now that that happens if say you get caught with drugs, they send it off for analysation. Yeah, they would have analysed a kilo of coke quicker than what they've done. That they're having to investigate this malicious communications. Yeah, because I don't know how much investigating it takes. Because that's the reason they apply for extensions is because they need to do further investigations, which means that they have jack fucking shit. Yeah. But because Brian isn't legally represented, because he's representing himself, and I don't blame him at all after the dodgy solicitors he's had on it, like on his back, mate. No, 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 no. So I understand him going like not having legal representation, but even that, the police are overstepping their boundaries. They are overstepping them by like it's ridiculous. Yeah. And Brian's not a criminal. He could be your son, he could be your nephew, you know. And this is how he gets it. It's no. They are proper overstepping boundaries. Um, so I think he's actually looking into taking some action because it's wrong. It's so fucking wrong, and it's so blatantly wrong. Yeah, enough's enough now. That's that. Enough is enough. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bell him because he asked me to send him the link. I couldn't even do that. I don't even know how to do that because this isn't my main Facebook page. Um, so, but he will because there is a couple of other bits that he said that I could. That's all right. I'm just getting my lighter out that I could do with, and I can't remember for the life of me what they were, but I shall give him a call. And just because without him, I tell you what, he's been so good. Like and he's the best mentor I could have. And when I get editing down, mate, that's it, game on. Let me tell you that now. Right, you're all right, Bri. Yeah, hang on. Let me put my Bluetooth. I was just telling people about the police, the band, and I was just saying I couldn't even send you the link because I don't know how to.
No, I found it. Nikki found it.
Oh, brilliant. Hang on, it's just gonna. Hang on, is it gone? Oh, come on. What's going on now? Bri, are you there? Yeah, no. It's all right. It's all right. Hang on. I'm trying to put you onto the Bluetooth speaker because it's a ladder, but it's hang on, done. Hello? Ah, fuck it. Now my Bluetooth ain't working. But I think people can you hear it coming through? Can you hear your voice?
Should be able to.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, like I said, it's Brian. It's not an imposter or anything like that. It's Brian. I've just. Did you see me do my Apple Mac? I'm buzzing, mate.
I'm looking at the picture, but there's a little bit of a. Oh, sorry, just got another call come through then. I'm looking at the picture on the screen. Hang on, what's happening now? Are you there, Nick?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got a call come through. Right. Yeah, I'm watching, man. I'm happy for you. It's good, man. It's good that, you know what I mean? Like, you ask the public to donate for a laptop, and a laptop's what you got. Now watch what you'll be able to do with that thing, man. Like, all that PC fucking Windows laptop, fucking wheel spinning round, shit not working properly. Honestly, once we put a couple of things in there, you want OBS to broadcast through, you want Restream, so that you can trigger your Facebook and your YouTube and your other social media when you go live all at once to make your life extra easy. You want an editing program called Filmora, and you are and a bookmark all your stuff so everything's in place, makes things really easy. A little backup drive, but like I said to you in the beginning, I know you didn't want to take the piss, but I said to you, a laptop, 2 iPhones, and 2 sets of AirPod Pros, because when you do interviews and stuff, because I know you say, no, well, I'm not ready, but I'm telling you, you will do interviews and you'll have a 3 camera setup. You'll have 2 iPhones, 2 sets of AirPods, which will act as your mic and your earpieces, and you'll be able to get the wide angle off of the camera, which is on your new laptop, because that's a 2020 MacBook Pro what you got there, and it's the new M1 chip, so it should be nice and fast. You're going to have a nice time on that. But like I said to you, Nick, if you can, I know you don't want to take the piss, but if you just had to ask for one more donation, 2 phones, 2 AirPod Pros, and I mean it, you're done for life. It's not about trying to get money out of people. It's a serious thing.
Oh, right, you know yourself how excited. Go on, how excited have I been over this fucking this?
No, you have. And I'll tell you, man, it's something to get excited about. I fucking want one of them myself. You know what I mean? I'm saying, I'm selling my bits. I've got bits for sale up on eBay. Nicky puts the links up all the time if anyone's interested. But I've got a seller switcher, which I've got in order to get the new switcher that I need. I need 2 more cameras. And I'll tell you, man, it's fucking party time.
And Brian doesn't want to take donations, but if anyone does want to donate, go and buy one of the bits, because it will help out. Because
I'm trying to sell my stuff. That's all. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to ask the public. The only thing, one day, and this may happen one day, is I've been looking at suing the police, right? And basically, it comes down to this: to bring a claim. You're talking of, because anything that is up to 10 grand is, to put the claim in, it's £455. For anything over that and up to 200 grand, which is the bracket that it will fit in, that is, it's going to be 10% of the claim. So if I was to put a claim into the police for what they've done to me, which they should be made an example of, because they're banks of rights here, unlawful arrest, unlawful kidnap. But like you say, they've done a welfare check 24 hours before. They're fully aware about my mental health. They've also come to my house and told me about 2 death threats on my life and never told me who it was.
And you've all seen the recording.
Called Being Ignored, where the police have constantly ignored me throughout.
And like I said, Brian, you're not a criminal.
Someone else makes a claim, Nick, that I'm pulled up on it straight away. Ian Puddick, this other person, and probably many others to come. You know what I mean?
I just think, Brian, you're not a criminal, mate. You're not a criminal. That's it. You know, and it's like I said, I've seen less feds on a fucking drug raid, man. Seriously, it's like it's just beyond.
4 hours before.
Yeah, exactly, and you know.
Are you all right? I told you they was going to come back that next day when they come mob-handed. They're trying to intimidate me because of the Prince Andrew thing in the Red Room. Let's have it right, yeah? Because, and if I'm wrong, PC Sweeting, who was the arresting officer there, right? He's got family, a woman called Emma Sweeting, who works at the National Crime Agency, right? And she's been given an OBE this year, but kept off the honoraries list for some reason or other. I wonder why. This all goes back to the royals again. I'm sorry, but it has to be said.
And without a doubt.
Treated so hard, but let's go on what they done that day. They didn't have a warrant. So if you've got all them fucking people there with grinders, they're in riot gear. There's fucking gas bottles. There was.
Well, I was saying to you, Bri, they have to sign out every single piece of equipment when they come like that. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, no, for a malicious communications. What, for a malicious communications? You know, it does that.
Didn't you hear the malicious communication allegation I got a few years ago from Hayley Barlow, who supposedly sacked Daniela from Hollyoaks? Load of rubbish that was. Fucking load of rubbish that was. And she made an allegation of malicious communication. Completely different story on that one. PC Hussein from Holborn rung me up, listened to what I had to say. Yeah, he didn't turn up with fucking 20 officers and grinders and gas bottles and fucking riot gear. It's done on purpose to intimidate me. They want me to break. They want me to go and kill myself. But actually, what's going to happen now is I'm going to end up doing a donation only for the cost of taking the police to court. It's going to cost me $5 grand. That's if I go in for. There's no point in me going and taking them to court 10 grand and that. They go, here, I'll have it, fuck off. No, they got to get.
Yeah, no, and do you know what? They should be, Brian. You're not a criminal. That's the whole. That's the whole point of this. Like, you know, it's.
My only crime, Nick. My only crime is telling the fucking truth about what I see. That is my only fucking crime. I've done nothing wrong to no one.
No, you haven't.
So what if I've slept with loads of women throughout E17? So fucking what? Is that what you fucking got? Is that what you fucking got?
That is literally.
I've done nothing. I've done nothing wrong to no one. I ain't a rapist. I ain't a terrorist. I ain't someone trying to bring down the royal family. I was fucking someone who was in the wrong place at the wrong time, thanks to a fucking stupid crackhead bird who had the audacity to turn around and call me a fucking paranoid cokehead. Coming from you, Daniela, that's fucking rich.
Yeah. But also as well, don't you remember you had the police? You don't remember they knocked and said about revenge porn? It's like
who does that? And someone pointed out that one of them had leggings on and that. Real coppers ain't supposed to turn up with leggings on. Just like when they turned up with a black man outside saying your life's in danger, it's been a threat to life warning. No lapel badges or numbers, nothing.
And Brian's actually got the footage. But Brian's actually, you've got the footage. That, like knocking his door saying that they've had a threat to Brian's life. Like, you've got the footage. Yeah. It's like, and this is what happened. Like Brian's never committed a crime. Yeah, Brian doesn't warrant. Like I said, I've seen less feds on a police raid. It's just ridiculous. Yeah.
I've been nowhere in fucking 8 years. Like, they know it ain't going nowhere, and I've had enough of being treated this way now. I just needed to understand the process. I could have found this out before, but someone took the time to explain to me last night. Thank you, Ab and Julie, if you're out there listening. Right, they took the time to explain a few things to me. That if I'd have known this 3 years prior, sorry, but people would have been in trouble. But I fucking know now, and you can't stop this process. And this process is going to happen. I'm not having that from the fucking police. They're not treating me like that. It's a complete abuse of power, and they are doing this for the royals. And if they want me to show a fucking paper trail that proves that, and proves that fucking Sweeting, he's got something to do with DCI, where it may, who's now Reverend Eastwood Evan. If you think this ain't fucking coming from him, the ex-fucking head of the serious crime directorate, who's now Reverend Eastwood Evan, hiding in fucking Southend as Pastor Reverend Eastwood Evan. What's that all about? He's got a GoFundMe going for a building. He's attached to that charity Attic as well.
Yes, he is. It's on his tweets. And Attic, I will remind you people, is run by Free to Be Kids, which is literally Camilla Batman-Jelly. You might as well say, yeah, it's so.
You might as well say Alan Yentob, BBC. Then you might as well say Sir Terence Conrad, and you might as well say fucking Tom Watkins, my ex-manager. What, these people ain't connected. And then Puddy gets Andrew Ash to put red herrings out there for Tom Watkins, saying that Jonathan King's in the bed with him with a band member. You fucking liar. They set it all up for me to get it wrong, and now it's going to backfire on every single one of these cunts.
Well, it should do, because
Andrew Ash. Where is Andrew Ash?
Well,
you can't just print that shit. You can't just fucking print that and then he just goes missing. I've got a company, Pound Zone Land, Andrew Ashworth, incorporated on 2014. What happened to that? Where's Andrew Ashworth?
I will say, I think that. Do you know what? John had another survivor on his list, didn't he? That was Vicky Ash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These ash, these people just blow away.
Asian Ash.
Yeah, that's it, Asian ash.
Sean,
I'm
Sean Atwood's Asian Booker.
a pile of ash that blew away when you ask questions about it.
But do you know what? I think, in all honesty, I don't think Andrew Ash. He'll be relocated somewhere. There's no. He's too much. He's too much of a loose end, Bright. He's too much of
a crisis actor, Nick. He's either a straight crisis actor or well, he's purposely been brought out to discredit the Leon Britton story, plant in my head that Sidney Cook was in hospital and was going to die soon. It's fucking, what is it? It's coming up. It's going to be 6 years later, but 5.5 years later, and is Sidney Cook dead? He's still showing that he's in fucking prison. If you Wikipedia him, I mean, what is going on?
And that's another thing I want to make.
And don't forget, Andrew Ash, funded by Ian Puddick with Bill Maloney and Chris Fay, is saying that he's at parties on the royal premises to Buckingham Palace in the servants' quarters, and Sidney Cook has brought fucking kids in him for Prince Andrew. I mean, it's a load of bollocks.
Well, Bright, you say that, right? But to be quite honest with you, knowing what we know about what was going on in Buckingham Palace.
I know, but they planted me up.
They definitely planted you up. But I'm just saying, because that video's that like I found on BitChute the other day. Yeah. I was looking for the photograph, but you said you'd seen that footage before, and it's been around for a long.
I see that footage. Like, I'm sure I saw it around 2012.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what? And I think at first, like you obviously said, "Oh no, that's got to be fake." Like, how can?
I'm going to analyse it. I want to see if there's a reflection of that white sheet that's been tied together.
But let's not forget, Paul Kidd was in Paul Kidd. Was it Paul Kidd?
He was, yeah.
Right, Paul Kidd, the Queen's butler, was arrested and convicted of running a child prostitution ring out of Buckingham Palace. Right, it was a naked little Filipino boy climbing from that window. If that footage is real, yeah. Number one, that kid fell so far. Yeah, he would. Yeah, it would. Yeah, but.
And I'll tell you another thing, Nick. I'll tell you one of the things that's supportive being real is the camera zooms in on that window. If there's no activity going on that window, out of all of them windows on the side of that building, why did the camera zoom in on that window?
Yeah.
Unless it didn't, and it's digitally zoomed in on that and pulled back, because you can make things look that way. I'm not saying there's not a possibility that it could be fake. If it's real, I doubt it'd still be up and out there on fucking YouTube if they took my age.
No, it was on BitChute. It was on BitChute. I got it from.
Oh, right, it's on BitChute now. It was on YouTube once, but yeah, I doubt you find it on there now.
Yeah, it's on BitChute now.
But a newsflash on that one, BitChute is slowly turning into YouTube.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I saw it said on my, because I have got a BitChute channel, believe it or not, but I've never done nothing with it. Right, I don't know how to upload, like download, upload, or whatever. But what I will be doing, and I want people to know this in the future, is what I'm going to be using my BitChute channel once I learn how to do it. Brian, obviously, I'm going to get my lesson off of Brian. And then he's going to show me how I can upload and download videos from BitChute, yeah. And what I'm going to be doing.
And I've got another one for you, Nick. If you've got a YouTube channel, right, what you want to do is like I said, to create a free channel in Odysee, ODYSEE. Creating the account is really quick and easy, and then Odysee gives you an option if you're signed into YouTube as well on another page. And it will say, do you want to import all your YouTube videos? And apparently, Odysee is the new...
I have actually heard Memory Hold mention Odysee, to be quite honest.
I suggest everyone do it. Anyone that's got a YouTube channel, go to Odysee, and it will take all your videos from YouTube and it will transfer them, still keep them on YouTube, but it'll make copies of them and put them onto Odysee. And Odysee ain't taking people down. So remember that, everyone.
Well, I do think that people don't. YouTube's going to be a one of them dying corporations. You know, I've no doubt. Yeah, yeah. But they'll morph into something else. They'll rename it, morph into something else. But then we'll blow them ones up.
After EncroChat, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big platform was directly tied into the National Crime Agency.
Well, you do know it's the military who who invented the dark web.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
That was
surprised.
that was military based. It is.
You hear it a lot with military. You hear it with Puddick. You hear it with Gordon.
Well, it's the military.
You hear it with Glenn Mulcair. Like every fucker's in the military here.
Yeah, or they're an asset. They're an asset. Like there seems to be a lot of military assets about. Like because a lot of people do not know about the military-industrial complex. Is it military-industrial complex? It is.
Military-industrial complex. You said the intelligence industrial.
Yeah, no. That was what the pyramid of power thing was called. The military intelligence complex.
A military intelligence complex.
Yeah, but there is a military-industrial complex as well. I do like that.
That's well known about.
Yeah.
No one knows about what you just said.
Yeah, well, I've put it up on Facebook. Pyramid of Power. It's but it goes to show you how the military are behind literally everything, every invention, everything. They're behind it. You know.
As far as I knew, I'd never met anyone in the military until I came into exposing my phone hacking evidence. So there's your answer.
Yeah, no, for real.
I never met anyone in the fucking military before. All of a sudden, no, fucking loads of them. Gordon Bowden, fucking Glenn Mulcair. You know what I mean? All these people. I've got to get to you and tell you people about like Ian Puddick. He's a bad and he is. Didn't you hear it the other day on the line?
No.
He was on. Listen, I got a record that was from 2018, I think. And Gordon Bowden, who's been exposed in 788, 790 Finchley Road, which is another one of these boiler house companies where, you know, and I did expose Swift Incorporations and instant companies were been online for a very, very long time as fraudulent companies. And I said that they are on Band Model Limited, which was E17's main they're the main business, which I'm not on, by the way, which is fucking strange in itself. But on there, you've got Swift Incorporations and instant companies. And then when you go and check my Brian Harvey production company, which I formed in 2000, I've got my old man on there as secretary. But when I look on it now, it's got Swift Incorporations and instant companies. Now, it was the True Steppers, Andy Lysandrew, that got me his accountant, a guy in Golders Green, around that way, and he got his chief accountant to do that for me. Now, all the accountants, they must use all of these companies. I don't know about them, that's why I've got a fucking accountant trying to. I said, what do you have to do with having a company? They said, legally, the only thing you've got to do is file a tax return every year. I said, right, so what, do you need an accountant for that? And Andy got me this geezer. And he was a nice bloke to be fair. His name was George. And he was like Golders Green. But then when I looked on Brian Harvey Productions, I see instant companies on Swift. Now you've got Angela Power Disney piping up going, Brian Harvey he takes photographs for the sex industry. No, I don't. I took a few fucking photos for Nikki Lee. If that's me being in the sex industry, then fucking well, you've caught me. And then I think what she's piping up about is I think what it's going to turn out to be Instant and Swift and all them fucking companies. No doubt they've probably got something to do with fucking Finchley Road. But she's getting her information from she's supposed to be a Christian, by the way, but she's getting her information from a guy online who calls himself Jesus. Well, I'm not being funny, and I've seen this geezer before, and I didn't really have a problem with him. He's known as a hacker, and it was Eddie Is OK that introduced me to him. Do I trust Eddie Is OK? No, I don't. Do I think he's an horrible bloke? I don't. But do I trust him? No, I don't trust him. So,
but that's the thing with these people. They're not horrible. That's the problem. They're not horrible. They don't come.
Drive in my house, man. When we come back from going to court with Puddick in I think it was 2018, the court case, and all the usual suspects turned up, man. Gordon Bowden turned up with his partner in crime from Pandora's Box, and that was Joanne Solis. Now I've got Angela Power Disney going on. You've been photographed with Joanne Solis. What, outside the fucking court, and you turned up with Gordon Bowden? You know Gordon Bowden.
I'm very disappointed in
your mate Andy Devine keep talking to, sent him 20 grand just off the cuff like that. Sent Gordon Bowden 20 grand.
Fucking hell, man.
Bowden, yeah, fucking 20 grand. Like, but there you go, have that. Like,
wow.
Where you picking money out the tree from? But Angela don't want to talk about that bit, or she tries to address it and then leaves it.
I'm very disappointed.
No, she ain't. I'll tell you right now, she ain't no one to be asking any fucking questions of anyone, of anything. She's probably got more pride than everyone. She told me she used to work in fucking Stringfellas once. She's changed the story a little bit now, but she used to work for him fucking back before he was Nancy.
Yeah, but she said to me, she said to me that he used to give her, she didn't say she worked there, she said that he used to give her a VIP pass with her mate, and that's what she said to me before he was Nancy, and I was like, well, when was that then?
No, she said a long time ago, man. It was when she was addressing the Reggie Craig thing. She said it was more than that. She worked at Stringfellas as a dancer. I'm sure she fucking said that.
Wow.
What this woman?
Yeah, no, she didn't say that to me. She actually didn't say that to me.
That's what I'm saying. It was in depth when she was trying to go, no, what's this with Reggie Craig? I said, I fucking went to the prison to meet him a few times. Done my tattoo.
But
I fucking confront, like, she always pops up, like, she's like, I'll tell you, Angie, she's like, oh, you know, I'm on your side, and
well, I'm very disappointed in her. Very, very, very disappointed.
What's this on him? And what's this? And you know, I believe God loves you, and that you gave your heart to Jesus. What's this on here, though? And I've been talking to Jesus. So, fuck's sake, woman.
Like, I'm very disappointed.
She's off her nut.
I actually did quite like Angela. I think you did it for, you know, like it was like you give her the benefit.
To give her the benefit of the doubt, man. But she just come in like, I don't want to stress you at a time when you don't need stress. But fucking have this, what's this? And it's all bungle as well. It's like, what are you doing, you prick?
Yeah, she's trying to get a reaction. That's pretty obvious. And
I work for the fucking sex industry, she'd say. And Brian, you know, I think he's got connections to it. No, I fucking haven't, you dickhead. I took a few pictures of Nikki. What's fucking wrong with that, you idiot?
Well, well, do you know what? I'm very disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
They just chat shit, man. They're gonna get fucking punished legally, properly. Now I understand how easy that fucking process is. I tell you what, watch out. I'm not having this shit no more.
No, but you shouldn't, Brian. You shouldn't have it because it's like I said.
I've got the proof as well. That's the thing. I've got the proof to do it. I just need to put it together. And I'm fucking coming for this, people. I've had enough of this shit. Yeah, and if I have to fundraise, not for fucking personal profit, for it to pay for a claim. Yeah, and you'll see. If I have to do that, do you know what? I may have to do it because I wasn't going to.
Oh yeah, while you're on the phone, anyway, I'm going to tell people what happened today. We did. I got a phone call off of the DWP, and it was a woman. She was called a compliance officer. Yeah. Now, right now, let me say this, right. When it comes to people's ESA benefits, for people that don't understand about the benefit system, the ESA is where your housing benefit comes from. Yeah. So when someone tries to fuck with it, it's not just your when I tell you now, it causes so much. Now, I got a phone call today from the DWP, from the ESA woman, compliance officer, right? And basically, she said to me that they've been given information that I have been doing. I was a paid employee of the John Wedger Foundation. Yeah. No, and I had a GoFundMe. Yeah, under Snooper Cooper, and I was doing.
So this is where they're clever, Nick. They fucking done that for you.
Well,
and them lot fucking done that.
Do you know what? But the thing is like, I mean, I've gone.
They knew what they was doing.
But I like I said to the woman, why now? What do you mean you did? Why now? Why have you come with that now?
You talk to me, and it's the same people that'll be having a go at me, that'll be having a go at you. We know who they are. We're just not going to mention.
Yeah, no, I'm not mentioning no one's names. Of course, we know who they are.
Yeah.
That person did say that publicly, but what kind of what? All I'm doing is telling the truth, and it's like then they want to phone the ESA.
Nick, I dare this person to step in the fucking courtroom with me.
Do you know what, Brian?
Listen, if you're out there, people, right, and you can hear me, yeah, right, I can't mention no names, but that person out there, I dare them to go to the fucking court. I dare them to step in that courtroom with me because in 5 minutes they will be destroyed.
But that's the whole that's the whole point. It's not going to go to court. That's why they're longing it out, right? Because
and in the process now, the police are going to get it for what they've done and for the process of fucking longing it out and their connections back to fucking DCI Warrior as well.
Oh,
I don't know. It leads back to him. Then, mate.
What is going on? Am I still like? What the fuck? Look, see, it's coming up. I think I'm still live. I hope because it's just. Hey, what?
It's still on here at the minute.
Oh right.
Still live, right?
Okay, well that's all right. It's just that I've had so many. He keeps saying McAfee virus.
So that's what I'm saying. So once you get on the fucking on the Mac, you ain't gonna have no more of that bullshit.
What's it say? It's saying action needed too high/low FPS. The current frame rate is too high/low. Please set the frame rate to 50. See, right. What the fuck is that?
The frame rate, YouTube and Facebook, right? That's the frame rate. The frame rate is, it's like when I say I put my cinema cameras on 24 frames per second. That is like 24 still pictures per second. And YouTube and Facebook run at 30 frames per second. So that would be like 30 still pictures. You know, like how a cartoon moves when they draw them?
Yeah.
It's like 30 still pictures running per second, and that's what your frame rate is. To get the film look is 24 frames per second. YouTube and Facebook run at 30 frames per second, or preferred at 60 sometimes, but it doesn't look good.
But I've never had that before. It's just it's doing gymnastics on its own now.
It's doing its own thing, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know where you go to set that. It should just be automatic.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like I'm not gonna let people down, mate. Let me tell you that now. I am looking to I'm looking to do some serious damage with my Apple Mac, man. When I know what I'm doing.
Let them little problems that are flashing up now highlight the end.
Yeah.
If you weren't giving it to your brother, I'd say the best fucking pop-up you could get now is take Windows laptop and smash against the wall.
Yeah.
And then sweep up and put in a bin and throw it down the chute.
Yeah, no. He's going to go to me, brother. He needs to play.
No, because you can wipe it.
It doesn't really matter because he's not. But he's nothing to do with that. Like he wouldn't. But he's got a CD thing in it. That's that. Apparently that's quite an old thing, isn't it? You can put a CD in this. So he get a DVD or whatever it is the game comes on. He just wants to hear his game. So
there ain't a drive on my computer, and I'll come back with a CD from the police interview. I fucking had nothing to play it on. I had to get in the car with Nick. Play it on the stereo, and then record it as a voice note on my phone. But I've got it sorted now.
Oh God! But you don't think of things like that.
CDs are going, mate. I tell you, everything's on file, doesn't exist, just exists on your computer, not real.
Yeah. Mad.
The world's gone. It's gone. But listen, man, I'm really glad you got the laptop, and I'm glad that people that watch me have been watching you, and you know what I mean? Because you're pulling out some really good documentaries. I like to see you on your own, sat down, with everything bookmarked ready for you to rip a YouTube video, rip a BitChute video. They go into your downloads, you pull them onto your drive.
Because I've been sending them to you, and I've been saying he's been ripping them for me. Look, I even got the link. Yeah, he's been ripping them for me, so I can put them.
You just need one of them drives, Nick. Yeah, just they're only £80. The 4 terabyte Western Digital My Passport.
Right.
Any colour you like. They've got loads of colours, but a 4 terabyte one is now going for £80 or £84. That's fucking cheap, Nick, and you won't never run out of room to store all your videos because you've got to keep the full length of all the ones that you want to chop into.
Yeah. And I've been sending a lot over, man. So I've got a lot of videos to be going through. I know that.
Yeah, I've got them all there for you, though. Anyway.
Yeah. I know.
I'm gonna put OBS in your laptop, right? And then you'll be able to go open OBS, right? I'll have a few scenes created for you, so you'll have a blank scene, so that your mic's not on and the camera's not on a blank scene. And scene one will have your little logo up in the top corner, bit of backing music there playing if you want, and that'll be your main angle on your laptop as your video angle. Scene 3 will now be the cut to the phone angle. Alright, so you've got that angle there. So what I'm saying is if you can get two iPhone, whatever the latest iPhones are, 2 iPhones and 2 sets of AirPod Pros, you're done.
And I can then do interviews and stuff like that, yeah.
You can do interview. I'm telling you, man.
Because every interview I do, I'm not doing interviews with people that ain't got nothing to bring to the table. That much I can tell you.
Yeah, I don't think you will.
Yeah, no. Every interview I do will be knowledgeable. It will be for a reason that you know that person's good. I'm not looking to interview people who ain't got nothing to bring to the table, mate. What's the point of that? Do you know what I mean? It's
I think people will come to you as well. I think people will start coming to you. I think, man, where'd you be sitting there going, oh shit, I wish I never spoke to her now.
Do you know what? I do take thingy in that, right? I know if there's any decision he ever made in his life, right, I have to be up there with the top biggest mistakes, mate. Let me tell you that now.
Show him how much you make. You'll be able to now. He'll be fucked now. I'm telling you, he's fucked now. John, if you're listening, don't worry about me. What about her?
Yeah, no, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pissed. I'm still really pissed, especially after having the fucking DWP ringing me up telling me I was a paid employee of the John Wedger Foundation.
Listen, I'm telling you now, Nick, he will know about the source of whoever's done that, yeah? I guarantee that.
Of course he will. Of course he will.
He will know. He knows them all. All these lot that are going around pulling off malicious communications and all that. But I'll tell you, it's going to backfire, right? Because this is fucking war. And I understand that. And it takes a little bit of knowledge. I see how it works now. I see the amount of money that you got to get together. And I tell you what, a few people are going to get some legal shit fired at them. So I get it now, yeah? And I've got all my video evidence to reference to. You won't have a fucking leg to stand on. I'm going to tie you up in a nice little bundle and leave you sitting there, sucking your thumb, sitting there in your own shit.
Yeah, because I mean, to be quite honest with you, Brian, like I said, how much is this investigation costing the taxpayers? I wonder.
What,
yeah,
into me?
Yeah, into the malicious communications charge, right? If they're extended, that's why they ask for an extension, is to get more evidence. Yeah, you're on police bail.
You want to hear? I think I played it to you actually. You want to hear what they're trying to walk me into? No basis in this thing. I end up fucking standing up and applauding them when they're going, this is fucking great police work, what you're doing there. This is like, honestly, I commend yourselves for this, because this is fucking outstanding. I got so pissed off with them, right? I started saying to them that, fuck, but are you joking me? How long's a piece of fucking string? I said, I'll tell you what, fucking in 2017, did you get up in the middle of the night at 4 a.m. and have a piss? Yes or no? How'd you plead? Guilty? I got so fucking frustrated with them. I'm just like,
yeah, no, you played. I'm not gonna lie. The police interviews, it is quite funny, because it's like Brian weren't having a bar of it.
I'm not having it. And if what I'm finding on Sweeting is correct, I know he's connected to that NCA one.
Yeah, Sweeting's.
And look where he goes back to again. But not a fucking coincidence.
What, he went to the pop-up gym bar, didn't he? He's been to
NCA officers in 2018, according to Puddick, were going to his pop-up gym bar. So that's enough for me, because this person was the head of the NCA.
And she was the head of the Encroach. She was the investigator with the Encroach Act, wasn't she?
Yeah.
That Emma Sweeting, that Encroach Act, that Encroach Act shit. That's some people I know pulled up in it as well. Like,
there's a lot of people going around it. A lot of people, like Brian Earl had a fucking Muslim phone, I think.
Well, to be quite honest with you, anyone who believes that there is anything that the intelligence services can't hack into. Nothing. I don't think anything's put out on the market unless they have ability to hack into it. There's no
I think
direct.
even your TV can be used on you if you've got infrared beam from your box going to your telly.
No, all you've got to do is have a
that.
smart TV, and that's it. Like
Yeah.
the word smart in front, if it's got smart in front, that's why you get smart doorbells, which is another thing I want to talk about. Smart
You've got an
doorbells.
informant in your house if you've got Alexa or Siri or some shit.
Oh,
They've got an
no, but
informant.
the other day on BitChute, that's what I meant. I saw it. So they asked Alexa a question about the COVID, and to see what Alexa says, and Alexa's like, "Well, this was according to blah blah blah. This was a planned pandemic," and they actually asked Alexa.
Of course it's planned. It's on them bloody Illuminati card. Illuminati card game. I mean, everything's on there. The oil spill when it went all over all the ducks and the birds in the ocean and that. Every event. I know it sounds stupid, but they're all on these bloody cards, and it's like, are they just playing along with these cards? Because if they are,
No, because this is the pandemic. I mean, I'm not going to lie. The amount of times that word was used, it was only going to be a matter of time before there was going to be one. Well, we've got people walking around the estate knocking on doors talking about COVID. Like, no, they're literally on most of the council estates. They're going around. They're trying to find out who's had the vaccine and who ain't had the vaccine. No, I fucking ain't answering the door, mate. They can fuck off. I don't answer my door anyway.
My obliged to answer your questions? No. Bye.
Well, it's like, but anything that.
Yeah, under what law? Under what law? They'll try and say, well, under so and so act. So,
no, the corona law. There's that they invented that corona.
It's an act. It's an act. It's an act of Parliament. Acts and statutes are given the force of law with the consent of the governed. What happens if you don't consent? It doesn't become law.
Well, I don't consent to jack shit, mate. But what I do know is anything that comes out of Bill Gates's mouth, yeah, and that's where this is coming from, yeah. It ain't going to be in the thing. It's not going to be in the best for humanity. The man is upset. The man's obsessed with depopulation, yeah. And what this COVID thing has done is it's put people at a big, like, it's desecrated people's businesses. They've got rid of all the small businesses. So Amazon.
It was all so fucking unnecessary.
Well, yeah, but it's surprising at how easy they done it. You know, I'm still baffled.
You know what I think anyway. You already know what I think.
Well, do you know what?
I do think that. I think they pulled that pandemic, right, because it was getting too hot for fucking Andrew, mate. Sorry, but it has to be said.
Yeah, and this is another fucking thing, right? Now, like, Royal's one thing. Like, I can't get my head around that. How being royal gives you a pass to nonce as many kids as you want, to know as many child traffickers as you want. You got naked people climbing out of a window. If and I probably believe that footage is, but the bottom line is the footage is there. Yeah.
Well, the fact they ban it on YouTube does.
Yeah, no, I found that on BitChute. So it's.
Why take it down if there's nothing in it?
Well, exactly.
If what I'm saying is ramble and I need section in that.
Just let you crack on, mate. Just let you crack on and ramble. Yeah, exactly. If you're ranting and raving, and what you're saying is bullshit, then why don't they not let people decide that for themselves? Like, you know, it's swiping down people's channels. It's just beyond, because even Wheezy's got swiped the other day. Yeah, and it's like there's no. It seems to be no rules anymore. No strike. I mean, I've only ever had one strike in my whole 11 YouTube channels. Yeah, and that was against Mark Tutro, and I did put. But he's like bullying and harassing a serial killer. Well, are you having a laugh?
Yeah, it's ridiculous on there, man. All they want is you know, if that's what people want to do, men doing tutorial, you know, they're not hurting no one, so it's up to them. But there are some important issues out there that are being squashed and things like that are being favoured.
Well, freedom of speech is what's being squashed.
Freedom for everyone to do what they want to do on there. It shouldn't be favoured one way or the other. But that's where YouTube are now going to start getting looked at like the BBC. Even BitChute, people are saying certain things do get taken down off.
Yeah, no. When I was looking for stuff, when I went in on MK Ultra, I said to you, there's quite a few videos that have been removed on the Monarch programming, and it says this video has been removed.
And there's nothing in it. Leave it out there, isn't it? What's the problem?
Well, yeah, and it's like it's all to protect the fucking royal family. Now, I don't even know what makes these people royal. What gives them the divine right to do anything? To be quite honest with you, because I'm getting a bit pissed off with all of this. Yeah,
Well,
is that
have the divine right to fucking torture me over many years without my knowledge?
they seem to have the divine right to fucking abuse and kill children at will. Yeah, they have a divine right to do what they bloody well want. Yeah.
And they never answer questions.
No.
Look what
happened when they did.
maybe that's right.
Oh, what a difference an hour makes. But you know that the British police refused to investigate the Epstein. They actually refused. Now, you know.
Yeah, Bill Maloney can know all about the inside from Andrew Ash, can't he?
Yeah, but he can't. He didn't know that Leslie Bailey was a white man.
And Bill Maloney stood in my face and said, "That's Simon Danchuk. He didn't even know who Sidney Cook was. What's he know about fucking child abuse?" But then,
do you know what? As a child abuse advocate, there is. I don't think that if you're a child abuse advocate and you do not know about the Sidney Cook, right? I knew him as the Wolf Pack. You knew him as the Dirty Dozen, wasn't it?
Dirty Dozen, yeah.
Yeah. They were one of the most prolific pedophile, sadistic gangs. Snuff movies, the works, mate. The whole shebang. Yeah.
Talking about strangulating these children.
Well, snuff movies, basically. They done snuff movies.
Bringing them back to life.
Bringing them back to life and then using them and recycling them. But this is how nuts our kind of worlds do collide a bit, because with the back, you knew about Sidney Cook, yeah, and the fact that you've been near and by them lot, for me, he's
one
like
of his gang when I lived in Riverhead Close, lived next door to me. I was at 13, they was at 12. They was a Welsh family, and I thought his name was Rick, and he was very Leslie Bailey shaped. Bailey is a Welsh name, I think. So whoever this guy was that lived next door to me, one of my other neighbours that lived further down at not 10, I think might have been at 11, said to me, the reason we moved was because of that thing next door to you. It had something to do with the killing of that Jason Swift, and also that Barry Lewis. Now,
I knew Barry. How I come in with that case is I actually knew it from the other side. I knew Barry Lewis's mum. She was. Yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. See, Sidney Cook, right? And here we are coming in from two genuine, real angles once again. Like, there's more to know here. There's much more to know, and I think I can link a lot of stuff, even with regards to the band member, and the manager. I'm pretty sure of it. There's a major link now.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie. Like, you're not too sure. Me, I'm 100%. Ian Watkins. I would put all the money that I had in the world. Yeah.
Listen, here's the thing. The common denominator between them people, if I was to link them two people together, Tom Watkins, my ex-manager, who Andrew Ash was planting red herrings for in the Pie and Mash interview, right, and in the interview with me and Mick that the public ain't seen yet. And then you've got Ian Puddick, according to Tom Carhill, got Joanne Magellix, the girlfriend of Ian Watkins from the Lost Prophets, got Joanne Magellix. Puddick got him his QC, Michael Wolkind QC, to represent Joanne Magellix. And then get this, when Michael Wolkind QC is on TV doing a news interview talking about Joanne Magellix, he's got the cheek to say, and Joanne was wrongly accused of being a section. And I thought, you cunt, fucking Puddick, because look what he's done to me, section in 2015. And you got the fucking nerve to say, your client, mate, has been doing that to me.
Yeah, yeah, and you've
I
even
wait
got.
for him to pipe up, man. I wait for him to pipe up because I tell you, man, I ain't fucking done it.
Yeah, no, it's like it's because you've got Paddock on camera turning around and saying, "Well, you can just say someone's but let's not forget his links to Tavistock. What was that man, Peter Yardley? His mate Peter Yardley, who's all up in the Tavistock, who's all up with
Yeah,
Tavistock.
and he's on two of Paddock's companies. Why don't Angela Power Disney want to fucking talk about that?
Well, also as well, Camilla Batmangeli, she's heavily linked with the
Tavistock.
Tavistock, but also as well, I have found out from when I've done my last live that she definitely descends from the House of Khan. Yeah, and also
That's interesting.
that Agar Khan, Agar Khan,
Spelled out.
Khan. Right, they're a bloodline Iranian royalty, but they're basically known for assassins. Yeah, but it said he was born into British nobility. Now it's the Guinness family. It's got to be. Yeah, and he's got his own island, and it's called Bell Island. And
Who's
guess
got that? Hang on, who's got that island?
but Agar Khan.
Right. Who's in with Batman Jelly? But
Well, they're from the same. They're both from the House of Khan.
the Tavistock Noel Peter Yardley thing. It come up again the other day. I can't remember what it was on, but it come up again. But he's to do with Tavistock, yeah.
And she's a Tavistock trained psychologist as well.
And Paddy loves art and BBC.
Yeah,
so does Batman Jelly with Yentop, and so does Prince Charles. As a matter of fact, they all fucking love it, don't they?
Yeah, they all love the art. They love.
I'll tell you what come up as well, philanthropist.
Oh God, that word. Do you know what? Right, that word just says one thing to me: nonce.
Yeah, man.
Nonce. Not. It's just ridiculous. It's just that. And do you know what pisses me off as well?
You know the signs, there's not a thing I can't watch, man. And I see. It's like that picture you sent. What was that little black girl and then you suggested?
With the plastic. Yeah, I was going to talk about that from the Netflix feature. She had it's called Fatherhood on Netflix. Yeah,
right.
and this little black girl.
Netflix do Done Cuties. Yeah?
Yes, yeah. And Done Cuties, fully knowing that one of the biggest child pornographic sites out there was called Cutie's Garden, but you know, they didn't know.
Not great researchers if they didn't find that out.
Well, exactly, and then but. Right, this little girl, she's like 4 or 5 years old, right? She's a little black girl, and it's not even a small plaster. It's like one of them big square plaster things. Look, I'm doing it for big square plaster things, you know, like the big ones, yeah? And then it's got a fucking slice of pizza on it. Like, are you kidding me? Like, these people just do not. Nah, mate. And this is why. Like they want to suppress Pizzagate so much, yeah. Which I think, but right now, I don't think anyone could even think of debunking it, yeah. Because
I believe the Wikipedia leaks and that after like I'll suspect everyone know what I'm like.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, right, and I look at his background and I think, oh, he come out of a bit of a culty family, but that doesn't mean to say, and I'm being honest, it doesn't mean to say that he's not. Otherwise, you've got to explain the Chelsea Manning thing, the Bradley Manning thing. All right, they used a bit of an agenda there as well to push, whatever they pushed with that, which is, that's his choice at the end of the day. But they did use his exposure a lot for his transitioning into a woman, right? But at the same time, that footage, which was put out by WikiLeaks, did expose, I believe, a major fucking scandal, major. And I don't, how are you going to get away with creating that as an inside job, and then unless all these people in America as well are fake. And that footage is fake. That footage is fake, and that never happened in the way that they said it. And none of them agents are real, and it was all acted.
For me, there's definitive proof that pizza. But I didn't realise how long pizza had been used. Cheese pizza, child porn. But it's.
I didn't know. No, we didn't know that, man. No one fucking knew that.
Like
Isaac B. and all around that time, then it blew up. But Tom Hanks, I think that's where it That's where it.
Yeah, the SRC USA, yeah, the SRC USA thing. I mean, what are the chances of that being on one?
The fucking chances of it leading into something called BH Kids. My fucking.
Oh, I know.
My heart stopped, man. I was like, this better not be fucking Phil Maloney, man, trying to do something coming from the back door. Look, it's fucking him. I've been eating a lot of pie and mash lately, I'm not going to lie. And I'm not signalling anyone. I mean that. I just like it. I've got Barney's pie and mash in Walthamstow. It's the fucking bollocks. It's the best pie and mash I've ever had.
But this is how this shit gets shut. Like, it's like, you know, normal things don't, you know, I mean, for me, pie and mash, as soon as you say that, I just think of Bill Maloney.
I know, I do. But honestly, it's seriously good. I'll fucking show everyone on the live. Do you know what I mean? Pie and mash, food. Forget the film company. Forget Bill Maloney. I don't support them.
No, I love pie and mash. I love pie and mash liquor.
Try to put me in fucking prison. So, absolutely, in no fucking way affiliated. I'm just talking about some fucking nice food you see in the local area that I've been eating because it's soft. Because I've been eating a lot of bread lately and fucking I've been eating such fucking shit food that having a shit is really fucking hurting my arse.
All right.
So I thought, let me have something that goes through nice and that soft mash.
Liquor.
The pie and mash and liquor with the vinegar.
With the vinegar, man. You got to have the vinegar. I can't do that.
Give me fucking arse tube to rest, man. Stop eating hard bitters and shit like that, man. Stop eating that.
And I'm not going to lie, you've definitely gone off meat as well, haven't you? I've
gone off meat, but the only meat I'm eating is from Barnes, mate.
Yeah, from Barnes, mate.
Honestly, I'm only eating that. I'm not eating pork. Chicken now, I can't eat Nando's. I think of a baby's shoulder or something. I'm like, no, I can't do it.
The artwork that did, but there's some on my local high street. Yeah, we've got a Nando's, and the artwork in there is just horrendous.
It's everywhere. I'm looking on the box of Taco Bell at the minute. They can't help putting a pyramid on now, and I'm pretty sure some of these other fucking shapes on the bag because they're too big a corporation to not be in it. But I'll tell you what, Taco Bell, I've tried that for the first time tonight. And that's all right, and I'm not promoting it, I'm not looking for sponsors. But Magic Cameras, if you're out there, Apple, if you're out there.
Black Magic Cameras, you made me laugh. But this was going to be, I remember saying that, like, Brian, I'll call you. It'll only be a 5-minute call. You don't understand. This is how our private calls go. This is how our private.
It's 3.5 fucking hours.
3.5 hours. But do you know what though? I'm not going to lie. The conversation, some of the things that they contain, is
We should do that. We should do that more often. Even if it's just audio, do you know what I mean? It's easier sometimes.
Well, I don't care, but like, I just think it's best for you to get this the malicious communications thing out of the way. And I'm
ready to go to court. Yeah. That. I've got the evidence.
Oh, you're ready like Freddie, mate. You're ready like Freddie. You
confident. Are. I think that's why they took down the YouTube pages and that because I had a video up there privated, ready to go. Yeah, in my defence, and trust me, I've already got it. Of course, I've got a copy of it because I had to upload it, so I've got a copy of it. But I think they knew that, and I think all of the Daniela stuff and all of the entrapment of Brian Harvey Part 4. I want people to look at that. I want people to look at my arrest. Yeah, it's up online. The entrapment of Brian Harvey Part 4. Because what I'm going to be doing is putting up a form on bhtv.uk. There'll be a section up there where there'll be a form section or an evidence section, right? I'm going to put a new section in there today. I'm going to have about 8 different sections on there, and one of them is going to have a bit from forms where I can create any type of form that I like. And what I want to do is get these 100,000 signatures, get this heard in Parliament, and do this in a legitimate way in front of everybody. Because I think this ain't just about me, and I've been doing this a long time with Noel.
No, Brian, but you represent, and like you represent the normal person. Like I said, you're not a criminal. You know, you was in the music industry for a hot minute, right? And do you know what? The bottom line is you represent the person that just wasn't having it. Yeah, you haven't committed no crime.
I'm still not having it.
Yeah, no. You said no, but do you know what?
I don't like the fact that these people, all of them collectively, they are the ones that have been out there purposely damaging me for covert reasons, right? I've never hurt anyone. I've never done anything to anyone. So good job trying to make something stick that, you know, I mean, you heard the questions that I was being asked in that police interview.
It's
like, what are you trying to fucking take this, mate? What are you trying to have me up the fucking attempted murder charge or some shit like that? Like, you're fucking pathetic, mate. You're answering your own questions, and the other bits of the footage that you're relying on, what you skip past all that, did you? Where you can hear fucking me talking about my life being in danger. That bit don't matter. Just some fucking idiot that wants to fucking talk shit, whether it's to the police or whether it's to the benefits office or whether it's to a fucking food delivery that they still want to keep doing. They're trying it. All you're doing is affecting the local fucking delivery people, mate. You ain't affecting me. I'm just opening.
yeah, because that's food wasted, and like people ain't struggling enough as it is.
But this is going to come back on these people, Nick. I'm telling you, they're not getting away with it this time, and they are struggling with me. Yeah, and they're going to continue to struggle with me. Kill me, everyone's going to know exactly where to go looking. Yeah, I've got you all documented. We know who's involved. Yeah, it's all about who you throwing up front to go under the bus, because someone's going under the fucking bus here, mate. Yeah, someone. And the police, if they think for one fucking minute that I'm having you come and do that to me when I've had mental health problems, you're turning up at my house twice that week doing fucking welfare checks. You want to turn up and tell me that my life's in danger to try and freak me out while black vans park up in the background, while you wear checkered shirts like you're out with your fucking poodle with a couple of fucking police waist jackets on. You let Puddick abuse me. I had him back in 2015. I've shown it outside fucking Downing Street. I've shown it to Daniel Gleave, the man bun officer that came round and said to me, do I want to do a counterclaim against Puddick? Nothing ever gets done. Phone hacking evidence. Go to fucking Scotland Yard with their own paperwork. They call the fucking police on me. Enough of this bullshit. I've got you all. Lay it down and get fucked and take it like you're fucking going to. Because I tell you what, all you're doing is making me angry. You want a reaction though? You're not going to get one.
Oh, no. They're not going to get no reaction.
Make your videos. Make them as bad as you can make them, right? I'm telling you, because when I come, mate, you are all fucking going to drop like flies.
But all jokes aside, I know how police work from the criminal side of things, yeah? And what I do know is that like, coming to your house that day, because I don't think, because on the video footage, you couldn't see what was down the road. Like,
there was more down the road.
There was more.
The day before, Nick. And the day before, don't forget.
Yeah, and
I shouted at them and I said, yeah, they'll be back. And sure enough, they fucking come back. They done it early to inconvenience me because they're watching me. They know what time I fucking go to bed at night. It was carefully planned.
Yeah, it was.
That amount of officers. Listen, Nick, the bottom line is
but they only bring. They should only bring.
Have a warrant. Here's the bottom line. This is what fucks them. You didn't have a warrant.
But you had an angle grinder. But you had an angle grinder. Yeah,
angle grinder, gas bottles, fire extinguishers, crowbars.
They had no warrant, so they had no authorization to come into your house. And like I said to you, they would have had to sign all that out, right? They would have.
What they kept doing was trying to gain entry to my house.
Yeah, no, they weren't expecting. Even I was shocked when you got over the gate, Bri. Not gonna lie.
I'm getting over the gate, mate. You ain't coming to my fucking house.
I've got an iron gate as well.
Plant something, and then everyone believes you and don't believe me because there's loads of police. No one's having that shit no more, mate.
No. And you know what?
You can come in and fucking kill me like you did Smiley Culture. Yeah? Because that's what they fucking did. They went in there and they fucking cut him up. Like he went to make a cup of tea, then he killed himself. Fuck off.
Yeah.
No one fucking believes that shit. No one believes.
But the thing is, they don't believe it.
No one believes fucking Jimmy Savile and Prince Charles had nothing to do with one another, and no one believes that Prince Andrew ain't nonsense. No one believes Danielle is fucking innocent and that she can turn her fucking life around. No one fucking believes any of you. When are you people going to get it? Wedger, you think people believe you? What, you exercise demons, do you, man? You ain't got mental health problems. Are you having a fucking laugh with me? I'm a fucking Hampstead troll, am I?
Yeah, that was that.
You're the fucking Hampstead troll, mate. You're like Puddick and that who creates fucking fake showbiz news. Putting his tweets out exactly the same time as his fucking genuine Twitter account. It's like And then you got this prick the other day going on What Is Truth podcast called Mr. Andy. He goes on now. It weren't Puddick, but he's a known Puddick. I've heard the voice before. And he goes on now and he starts out the Weezy. Brian Harvey was taken off the air in the jungle because he had a mental breakdown. No, I didn't, you silly cunt. My nan died, and I thought, what am I doing here after I farted at a bonfire and Janet Street goofy cunt Porter wants to pipe up? I thought, fuck this, I'm going home. Yeah, what do you fucking know about it, Mr. Andy, you cocksucking cunt?
But it's like they. Do you know what this pushing this mental this mental like change the fucking record, man. Seriously.
The other way round now, where I fucking smashed a lot of them because I've got the evidence to do it, and I'll tell you what, I ain't stopping until I wipe the floor. Murdoch, Tom Watkins, PC Sweeting, DCI Werrick, Bill Maloney, fucking Andrew.
Also, as well, did you actually know that?
All of you, E17, all of you, you can all fucking have it. Do you hear me? All of you. I ain't scared of none of you cunts. Yeah, you try to destroy me, you would have let me die. I am fucking coming for each and every one of you. Mark my words, man, this ain't going away this time. I know the legal process now. I know the money that's got to be fucking raised legitimately, how to do it and show everyone that I'm paying a fucking court cost here. But here's the fucking thing, Nick. When you've got mental health, like I have, provable, and my doctors have confirmed that, regardless of what any cunt online has got to say, guess what? I could be exempt again from costs, couldn't I?
Well, yeah, and do you know what? If there is anybody genuine out there that does have any insight into that legal, just holler at us, man.
And I can reignite old claims against certain people who fucking deserve it. Yeah, you know you are, mate, right? I can reignite that again based on negligence. You remember Dan Gleave saw it all, had the proof, and no one acted upon it. That's called fucking negligence. So that's what's going to get me. Because when I was in there, 6 years have gone by. Yeah, I'll mark the day, mate, when that day went by. But guess what? Negligence on the police's behalf. You're fucked, sunshine. I'm fucking coming for you, you prick. Make your videos, do your wind-ups. You're not getting a reaction. Yeah? Let's see what the police are coming with. Let's see what this fucking so-called victim wants to come with. Yeah? And who actually is going to fucking turn up at court. You'll see, because I fucking welcome it. Because when you do, don't forget, I've got that person attached to me in Puddick.
Yeah.
I'm attached to Ian Puddick. So you want to open the door to Ian Puddick and Bill Maloney and Andrew Ash, and where is he? And why did fucking the Express put it out and the Mirror put it out? Be my fucking guest.
Yeah, no. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. I know most of the evidence, and when I tell you now, like it's kind of mind blowing, man. The amount of evidence
and then I'll drop the band member right on the end of it and that, and I'll fucking undeniably prove it and that as well. And then you'll see why I've been treated the way I've been treated, because the geezer that was managing us, I'm sorry, but he's a dirty fucking pedophile child trafficker, and that is what is being covered up on behalf of him and all of his mates in the fucking media. That's all it is. It's not that fucking deep, really, and I'm being destroyed in front of your eyes, and they're trying to make it look like he's just having a bad time and he's doing it to himself because he smokes weed. Fuck off. Weed has kept me alive. I'll be on your antidepressants dribbling if it was left up to you cunts. Because I had the doctor come round here and say to me, oh, don't you want to go on holiday for Brian? Yeah, I know, I'll have a bit of CBT. That'll get rid of my fucking death threats and everything will be alright, doctor. You know, what sort of a fucking world we live in? You call that fucking help?
Yeah, no,
it's a fucking joke, mate. No wonder people commit suicide. It's not fucking good enough. They're not fit for purpose. Something's getting done. Yeah? The fucking end. All these cunts are getting built by me. I'm coming for you. It's no secret, because you can't stop the process. I just got to raise the money, and I'm fucking coming to you one by one. I'm going to asset strip the fucking Gary out of you. Every fucking one of you. And I mean it. It's not a joke. It's not an empty threat. I'm going to take all your fucking houses, right? I'm going to give them away.
Yeah, because to be quite honest with you, they've got to be held accountable. I mean,
I'm going to fucking asset strip these cunts from nothing. Watch me.
And I mean,
I'm not even going to pay the fucking cost. Yeah, watch me. Yeah, watch me.
And that's what people can help with. I really do think that people will help with that, because
I'll show you fucking mad. Yeah, well, I'll twist you all up in a nice little bundle and you tied up for the authorities. Fuck you, you noncy cunts. You'll never own my soul. I'm coming for you, yeah? Just know that.
A soul should never be sold, Brian. Remember
Yeah,
that.
as the E17 song quotes, while a member holds a pyramid with an all-seeing eye. Yeah,
The wings. It
what
was
a
the.
lovely world we live in.
It was the
While
wings.
we're all praying to a fucking skull and crossbones dog cutout, whilst wearing Baphomet wings. Nice. I knew what I
Oh,
was doing at 17.
that's something else I wanted to say because I don't think it's very public. Like and you'd heard that as well, but it was like I started to look because I started to. I'm not going to lie. I think look like that the devil is the god of this world. It seems to me. And people are blindly worshipping him without a doubt. But I thought to myself, like, what did he do before he fell down from heaven? Because apparently he was an angel, fallen angel.
Played off.
Very interesting that he was the angel of music. Now,
Yeah.
what I can say is look at the music industry. Yeah, just
And
look.
to top that off as well, Nick, I'll tell you now, majority of your top 40 chart, I know we don't really have it like that anymore, but will be full of satanic chord progressions. And you've only got to go on YouTube and type in satanic chord progressions.
But without that, even without that,
songs you know.
even without that, the symbology, right? In every video is satanic. Literally, that comes out now.
It checkerboard, Baphomet wings, pizzas,
butterfly, pizzas.
all the same dirty shit.
Yeah, but it kind of like it made me think. Okay, it does make me totally believe that the devil is the god of this world, and the music is such a powerful tool. And the fact that the way that it's going, it's not even music no more. They've literally murdered music. Yeah, you know.
And whoever he is, he runs police as well.
Well, yeah. To be quite honest with you, I think with the police, what is very well is that they have access to all the child porn that's seized. Yeah, that's a lot of.
Yeah, I still haven't heard an admission that the police have actually got genuine child. What would they call that? Like child murder snuff movies.
Yeah,
They're still not owned up to even having them.
No, they ain't owned up to that they exist, and that they'll try and say that if they do exist, it's the terrorists. Yeah. Do you know what? That in itself is just it's fucking pathetic.
No one's falling for it no more. We know we're all having the piss taken out of us by a load of fucking posh swats who all that fucking stick their cocks up each other in order to be in the club.
Did you know as well? Did you know that Murdoch? Did you know that Murdoch has got shares in the New York Post?
I would have thought I would have thought we'd fucking owned it. Because the other one, the Times, isn't it? New York Times, is it?
I was just was it the Washington Post? No, that's with the Guinness family.
But you know what? He's probably got his fucking nuts in all of them, hasn't he? Really?
Well, yeah. I know he's got. I think it's 167 different news public in 5 different countries.
You ain't going to get any more elite than that. Do you reckon that geezer's at the murder children?
Listen, he's top of the food chain. You don't get top of the food chain if you're not down with that.
What, say like Hostel and that, like Murdoch, you reckon like him and a load of fucking...
I reckon, I reckon,
yeah. Is that the level, Nick, that we could be looking at?
That's 100% the level that we're looking at.
What about my ex-manager? You reckon him as well?
Tom, 100%.
When the way he's holding that picture of the kid in but like everything is putting these images on purpose.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
You see the kids in cages in that video?
Yeah, I know.
Buckets hanging, Nick.
I know. I know.
What's that for? To catch the blood?
Yeah, basically.
Symbolising it in their fucking videos. We're taking it as weird, quirky art. Well, look where that got us. Fucking Camilla Batman Jelly. Another one who likes fucking Mickey Mouse symbolism. Along with my ex-manager. Who have they got in common? Terence Conran and Alan Yentop.
And I would imagine Marina Abramovich as well.
Yeah, 100% mate. She'll come round and throw some piss blood and shit round your skirting, write some crap on your wall, and then stand back and admire her like she's done you a favour. I would absolutely knock her out. So
Brian's got OCD. Brian's got OCD, and that's all he could think about was someone doing that to his walls.
Mate, you come round my house and that, throw shit to piss off, fucking knock you out, you cunt. Dirty trap, and that's art. Well, if that's the level of art, I was in Paddington Art Gallery on the BBC,
Yeah.
and you notice every bit of art that was in there.
Demonic.
Monster on it, or
it's children in terrified, but it's always the children in terrified positions or dead or dead, and that's not quirky art. That's sick shit. Yeah, I'm sorry.
They're fucking filth, man. Like honestly, because it's only after talking to you that really it's brought home the realities of fuck. What this is, they do this. They do what they definitely, and then you start examining people, and then you start doing a bit of research, and it's like.
It's there.
There's no way that anyone can say it's all conspiracy. There's nothing in it. It's just lies and rubbish, and people make stuff up. No, it's gone way fucking beyond that.
Yeah, it's not conspiracy theory. It's facts. There is facts.
Landmarks of truth in there, Nick. Loads of little landmarks of truth that, like Epstein and the sweetheart deal.
Yeah.
Right? And the people's names that couldn't come out back then. Who do you think's fucking in that?
Well, it was Andrew. It's Prince Andrew. Everyone, it was Prince Andrew.
There you go. So then, when I start showing news articles at the Independent from 2000 that are talking about the Red Rooms and that, and it says royalty, actors, and pop stars, and then later on they start just putting out actors and pop stars. Why would you do that? Who's the royalty that's been in that secret room? We know who it is, and David is protecting them. Yeah,
well, do you know what though? One thing I will say, where you've got Ghislaine. You got old Randy Andy.
I'm sorry, yeah, but listen, I don't fuck about. It was her. She was on the end to the right. Tell me I'm wrong. Go and check your video footage, yeah?
There's no.
Go and check your video footage. Go and check your video footage and tell me I'm wrong.
That video footage has been lost long time. Yeah.
Because if it is her, who's her mate and who's liable to be in that room?
Well,
all I know is it was two minors in there. I don't claim to know how they got there, what the story was. There was no sex, but the girl looked uncomfortable, sitting on the edge of the seat, like she was being shown off. Right, and the boy had a little navy suit on and that, like a velvet-looking suit with a bow tie.
But the bottom line is that children, there's no way that children should have been in that environment anyway. So it's it's beyond. But the fact is, Bright, is that you didn't ask to go in there. You didn't ask to go and see no secret room. You know,
a secret as to why I've probably been paraded through there anyway. And I bet it's what you said. Yeah, it is. Look, we know he's about to go to number
fresh meat. I said that they were showing off the fresh meat, mate. That's what they was doing.
We know he's going to number one this Christmas. The other one's getting an Ivor Novello award and all that. He's not going to be on profit in that. What do you think of this? What do you think? That's what was fucking going on around me.
Without a shadow of a doubt, Brian.
I just couldn't see it. I just thought I'd met a famous bird, and I'm like, yeah, look, I'm going to this club, that club. I'm going out of a famous bird. You know what I mean? I was only fucking young. But what actually was going on was I was being paraded around these people. First of all, to test the water to see how I am. I mean, you're being managed by Tom Watkins.
Yeah. They wanted to see your reaction, see if you would notice or.
It's all there, mate. It's all there, and it all fits like a glove.
I wonder if they paraded Peter Andre in that jumper.
On top of it, Nick, you cannot get away from the fact that on James English, Daniela has admitted, she said, one day Brian Harvey won't be here and it won't be no fault of his own.
But she also said there was a price on your head, Brian. She also said that.
There's a price on my head and people just go missing sometimes. That's just
and they never come back and they never get found. That's just the way it is.
And they never get found. That's just the way it is.
And I'm not, what is it? I'm not a lolly because I've got to still work. Nah.
Yeah, because I've got to work.
Right.
And we did see them things. Yeah, the Red Rooms was real. And I've lost E17 and everything over it. And no, I wasn't re-signing. What are you talking about? There's another load of bullshit. Now, I didn't lose it. So I was leaving anyway, mate. So what are you talking about? Unless they knew in advance from just before 1994, Christmas 1994 onwards, that they was going to replace me if I didn't play ball. So, and I would assume that is the case.
Oh, without a doubt. I think when they knew it just weren't going to happen,
That to make me look like I destroyed myself.
Yeah.
I've done that with the ecstasy comment that weren't meant for me. That was meant for Tony because he'd spoken about ecstasy with the Guardian, not me.
But that ruined that. But that's what they use. That's what they use to try and ruin you, Brian. Now we've got Sean Atwood, the ecstasy kingpin, being let into schools to do talks. And like you said, you would gladly do an interview with Sean Atwood and that Leah Betsy's dad. Yeah.
Paul Betsy's dad. I'd gladly, because I got pulled into something that was nothing to do with me. I could have been anyone in this country who's doing pills, but I got pulled in because of the setup. And I was the only one that ever apologised for my actions. I did say I'm sorry to the Betts family. It's been blown out of proportion. I'm sitting there, I'm a young kid, I've been pulled into something. But actually what that was for was to destroy me in something that I couldn't come back from, that all of the press were going to get behind, and the Prime Minister. And it looks like I've done it to myself. It wasn't. It was planned because I found out the manager raped the band member, and I fucking went off on one. Right, that's what the fucking truth is. So they set me up to make it look like I've done it to myself. And ever since then, the media and the police and everyone else who you try.
You've been a targeted individual, Brian. That's what's happened. You've been a targeted individual.
And it's not even just that. Now you've got this Prince Andrew thing on top of it that I found out. Now the walls have closed in. It's like fuck. Then I find out about ex-girlfriend type of this person, and it's like fuck. Then the one before that, fuck, and the one before that. Fuck.
Yeah, we've had quite a lot of conversations about that, and I can see like Brian's always had handlers around him. Always, you know.
I've swum through life thinking, yeah, I met this bird, I met that. I feel like such a cop, man, because it's been Truman. It's like I bet it's called Operation Truman or something. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's not me going mad, and even next door, the neighbours, there's still stuff planted in the walls. We had a fucking proper test up, and I've drawn around it where they are. There's shit in my fucking walls because it was a 6-month period when I was being watched from across the road. You know damn well they bought the house next door.
Yeah.
And had 6 months of listening to me. We fucking heard them in the middle of the night, 4:30 in the morning. I put the mic under the floorboard. You can hear people in the house that's in total darkness. They was in there. And then I saw them come out one night, the flight cases and that. And they looked like old Bill. Grey hair, pushed back, shirt on, sleeves rolled up, grey trousers. And then he had other people around him that looked like builders. Sort of building a wall to cover what they were bringing out. I'm telling you, I saw it all. But you try and tell people this in fucking 24, people are looking at you like, no, you're losing the plot, mate. I'm not. I'll just see what's going on around me. And now you know what Puddick's like and who he is now, because he's tried to pass it off like he's been a plumber, and his missus has fucking cheated on him. He's got in the paper somehow, and on BBC Parliament, and he's on BBC fucking art galleries, and he's on this, and he's on that, and he knows Peter Jukes from Hacked Off, and he knows fucking Rolls Royce, and fucking Queen. And right, he's everywhere. It's Mossad. He's Mossad.
100%, he's being Mossad.
He's Mossad. Now, let me make something perfectly clear for anyone that's listening, yeah? I have not got it in for the Queen, right? I didn't even have it in for the royal family. I'm just speaking the same shit that everyone else is, but now I've stumbled upon what the problem is, and it just happens to be to do with Andrew, right? Now, I weren't aware of that. These people have been trying to destroy me in my life, and I weren't aware of it. You know what I mean? This has only really just come together off of the Guy Lane thing and making a point. I know that, for that was the face that was looking at me. It was fucking Guy Lane, man. And everything fits, man. Fucking Daniela's mum in
being Playboy Bunny,
right?
yeah.
Just round the corner from Guy Lane's before all of this has happened. Guy Lane not being mentioned in Bill Maloney's stuff with Andrew, but Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew, right? They're all in now, right? And then he makes references to Robert Maxwell, but no Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah,
He shows me the pickup. That's Ghislaine Maxwell, and he was testing the water to see if I remembered. And guess what, mate? I do remember. And you're all banging fucking trouble. You know why? Because you've been torturing me for 25 fucking years, yeah, and I've had just about enough of it.
Yeah,
mate,
no, and it's.
Yeah, I'm fucking games up. I swear to God, if it's the last one I do, I'm going to get fucking people. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Do you know what, Brian? Like I said, enough. But I just want to put something out there, yeah. That we're not in agreement on, right? And I just want to put it out there. That James Fielding, yeah. That James Fielding that was with you on the Andrew Ash. Yeah, it was the guy asking the questions, the one who asked to stay off camera. I'm telling you now, that is James Esperito. That's John and Sean Atwood's cameraman. The reason why I know that voice, I've said, listen, I know the fucking voice. Yeah.
I trust what you're saying. You've not been wrong in the past. It's just when you look at the two pictures, I'm like,
Yeah, there's only one picture of James Esperito, right? And it looks like a mugshot. That's not what he looked. That doesn't. It's
we've got to take their word for it because we're not seeing him move, have we, on the video?
no, like when I say that voice, I've spent time in his company, yeah, and I know that voice. And I know you said that sometimes people's voice sound the same, but two people with identical voices wrapped around John Wedger and Sean Atwood, nah. I've got a feeling that James Fielding is James the cameraman. Yeah, and do you know what? One day, yeah, I just want to put that out there because I like to put things out there. Yeah, Brian doesn't think it is. I do.
Just going off them two pictures, but there's no doubt the voices are very similar. I'm only going off them two pictures. Like you could be right. I'm not saying that you might not be right on that.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't think, but me, I know that voice.
You've been in his company.
Yeah.
You've had James around it. I've not. See, I've only got that voice to go by in that picture, but you've actually seen it.
But also as well, when I started asking him, like, because me, I'm just one of them naturally curious people, and it was like we was talking. Yeah, and he was I know when someone's trying to be vague, and I don't do vague. So it was like I was digging a bit, and he didn't. He was going on Buki, yeah.
He was cagey.
Yeah, and I mean, I obviously at the time I did think to myself, saying it's not right here.
Well, what are you saying, Nick? You think they don't want me to twig that James Esperito, the cameraman for Sean Atwood, is actually
James Fielding, yeah.
Who conducted the Express interview.
Yeah, and also covered John. Hang on a minute, covered the story with John Wedger and Baby P.
Yes, that's the same bloke as well. You're right.
Yeah, I did.
And it's always about children being killed.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I'm saying? that is what they've all got in common. And then you've got Sharon Gale as well. And I don't want to keep bringing it up, you know what I mean? But
that's to do with a dead kid as well. Yeah. It's like what?
And then she pipes up online talking about Wedger, all the capitals and that, because that's what drew my attention. Obviously, it was going there because that was bad for them. But once again, there's another connection to there. Right, and then you've got Louise Dickens, who's on John Wedger Foundation, isn't she?
Yeah, well, I don't know if she still is. She was.
She was. Well, he's on that. You know what I mean? What are you doing on that?
Yeah. Well, I haven't spoken. I haven't spoken.
Come off it in the last year.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to her since that Sharon Gale's turn out, mate. Are you fucking kidding me? Like that. Like I said, I ain't got nothing to say. Because for me, I actually, because I actually thought Louise was a good person, but
Do you know what done it for me? She was too nice. She was too vaguely nice in a way where you felt she was just laughing along with you, and there was no real substance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be horrible and out of order, but I got the feeling that she was just there to sort of leave me, see what I was going to say, and then sort of I wasn't fooled by it, but they leave your messages back and that. She's a bit jolly. Oh, I'm just feeding the animals at the minute, or the horses, or something. And you think, she seems like a nice, normal woman, but it's not. It's always a cover.
There's always an angle. There's always a fucking angle, mate.
Sorry, and she's in with them people, talks to them people, and you've seen my videos, you know what I'm saying, and you still talk to John Wedger and still support what that bloke's doing after what him and his friends, funded by fucking Ian Puddick, who works for the Queen, tried to do to me. Are you having a laugh?
Yeah, and the thing is as well, John's very forgettable. We've both said that. He's like, and
he is forgettable, isn't he?
And the bottom line is he's the common denominator with me and you. He procured you and he procured me. Yeah. But also as well, the police need to answer for that and all. I'm not going to lie. Like, he was an active police officer. So what was he doing? An active police investigation when he procured you?
If he wasn't, the police are going along with whatever the story is. I do know that. If he's not a cop up and he's a crisis actor or something like that, but you know, with a because they do like to implant a false memory in these people, and they must laugh when they get away with it.
It's well,
I think there's a lot more crisis actors about than we give people credit.
100%, 100%. I think that's where you know, like the schools of performing arts and shit like that. The ones that don't make it, I reckon that's probably another career move for them. Crisis actor. Crisis actor. After finding out about Hello Productions, that saying that I said to you straight away, why the fucking hell would the police need a production company? It doesn't make sense. Well, I do know now. Yeah, it's
A lot of things do make sense to me. A lot of things do make sense now with a lot of hindsight and a lot of things that people have said and a lot of ways that they choose to go. Do you know what I mean? They're all after me at the end of the day, and they won't stop until they've got me. They'd love me to go off and kill myself. That's not going to happen. Andrew did try and tell me, oh, I think we want you to commit suicide. It's easier that way. I mean, fucking told me. That's coming from someone they put on the front page of the Express and the Mirror.
and the Panorama
and Panorama, they're still passing them off as genuine. No one's come out and said, actually, this is what really happened. As far as we're concerned, Sidney Cook's still alive and in prison. And Andrew's genuine, and his story went out there, but he backtracked off of his own accord.
And Leslie's a black man. Leslie Bailey's a black man.
And Leslie Bailey's a black man. And that. Welcome to the truth. As we see fit to give you.
Do you know what? It really is astounding at what they get away with. It's just astounding.
But they've been caught this time, and that's why we must not let them get away with it. Just move on to the next thing and swipe it away like it's nothing. This is massive. It's major. There is major evidence against these people. Perfect myself, I don't want to go to war with people like Prince Andrew and that. I don't want that. But they've been warring me in the background, hoping that I'll fucking die. And now I found out about it. How am I supposed to fucking feel about it? But no, I suppose he's fucking mad for thinking that. Well, I'm not mad for thinking that because Ian Puddick, you fucking set me up. You also informed the public that I've been sectioned. It was untrue. The police protected you. They took my fucking computers. You done that to protect Richard Mallett because he'd just been done, struck off. And you took my computers. I mean, I won't tweak it and forget about it. And then, Richard Mallett turns up on the list from Andrew that you funded.
Yeah.
You didn't find me a ninja recorder. I've only got fucking 3 tweets saying that you did and a receipt, you silly cunt.
Yeah, it's about time people got elder because, like I said,
it's gone on for long enough.
Yeah.
Man. Come on, man. Fucking, let's look at it realistically properly, like what you see in front of you. Stop fucking about, man. Yeah, people are getting sued, right? I'm fucking telling you. And I'm in public. I know I said I've never asked. I don't know nothing personally, but you know what? If I have to do a GoFundMe to raise $5 grand to go and do these fuckers for $100 grand, I'll fucking do it. I'll do it if I have to. I'll see what happens. If it don't happen, I'll have to try and sell some bits, sell some cameras, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm not having it no more. Man. I don't care about money. It's not about money. It's about.
No, it's about principle, Bri. It's never been about. One thing I can say about you, you're not materialistic, Bri. You're not somebody that, you know, it's but this is for me. I think you deserve to be compensated for the shit that you've been through.
They're going to fucking compensate me, mate. I'll tell you now, because I'm not having it any other way. And this person that they want to use at the minute to try and keep me in place, I haven't been informed whether you got that extension or not. Where's the fucking letter I was supposed to get? You're already in breach. You're all over the fucking place. Yeah? Go and try and trump up some charges. I've got some surprises for you in court.
But this is there's desperation in the air. There's desperation because the thing is they need to warrant that arrest. They're going to have to warrant for all them police, and there is no possible way, yeah, that they can say they needed that many police officers and that
they've got a warrant. Let me ask you something really simply: if that amount of police come to your house trying to get in, they haven't got a warrant. Have they wasted their time bringing grinders and gas bottles?
Of course they have.
Right, so what are they doing then?
they're basically